It's all your fault. The position that you're in right now, whether that's your career or your physique, is because of the choices that you've made. This isn't about beating yourself up, it's about taking that back. You've probably learned this lesson the hard way when it comes to taking ownership of the decisions that you've made. Whether that's a business partner, whether that's a relationship that you've had, whether that's also the trade-off that you've made with your health and fitness and you're feeling the effects now. That always comes back to yourself. We always want to introspect internally first for whatever scenario that we've gotten ourselves into. But here's the beauty of it. There's power within that also. We can decide to make that change. I can't stay operating at this level. I need to make sure that I change not only for me, but also for the other people within my life. Whether that's your partner, whether that's your kids, whether that's also your future self and your kids as they grow older as well. This has happened with a guy that came to me recently and he said to me, I'm absolutely fed up of the position that I'm in. I understand that I'm in this position because of myself and because of the choices that I've made. Now I've built my career into a fantastic position that I'm able to take care of my kids and my wife. But the reality is I will not be able to see my young daughters graduate university if I stay living the life that I am living currently. Amazing. That's the best thing I can hear as a coach, is when somebody's taking extreme ownership of their situation and deciding to make that change. This was only 2 months ago and he's already lost 10 kilos. He's been morbidly obese. So he's getting to a significantly better place already. We've more to go on his journey. And that's the reality of everybody's fitness journey. I haven't completed it. Nobody's ever fully completed. It's fitness for life. But that comes with a decision from yourself that you've decided to be the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Don't worry, there is going to be bumps along the road. It's not just make the decision and it's smooth sailing. He's needed to make changes within his life that are, of course, for his betterment. He's needed to make changes within his life when it comes to his habits. Now, of course, there's a teething process within that. It's not absolutely smooth sailing, but he's feeling significantly better and he's already adding years onto his life. And by the time we're finished in 6 months' time, he's going to be a totally different person. And it all comes back to that decision that we're talking about of taking ownership of where you're currently at and deciding this is upon me to make the change. The support will always be there. It will always be there, but only once that decision comes from within. He now has that support. He has a person in his corner that's going to be able to take care of everything that he needs to get to a significantly better place when it comes to his health. He's going to be able to see his daughters graduate university and enjoy them as they get into their adult years. The road that he was going down, the path that he was on because of his own choices, was never going to allow him to do that. So this is where it comes back to the thinking of, I am in this position because of the choices that I've made, but I'm also deciding to make that change and to have that support there for myself also. He's also built his career into a fantastic position that he's able to put that focus more so onto his health and fitness. And that's where the trade-off has been. He's traded off his health, fitness, longevity because of building his career. But now he's gotten to a point where it's just like, well, what is the trade-off that I'm making here? I'm cutting years off my life. I won't be able to enjoy my later years if I don't make that change now. And I've also experienced this myself when it comes to the trade-off that I've made when it comes to physique development and my career. I was putting physique development number one in my hierarchy of importance, and it doesn't need to be for anybody across the board to get to a significantly better place. The physique has been developed, I've got systems in place, and now I can put full focus on my career, and it's really built in the last couple of years because of that. So it doesn't need to be a thing where you just forget about your career, not for 1 second. It's just understanding the trade-offs you've made to get to this position, but understanding your long-term future and seeing how important this is to implement it into your life. Not overtake your life, not for 1 second. It's making the smart choices day in and day out that's going to allow you to feel better, be at your optimal, and add them years onto your life as well. And this isn't just about health and fitness also. This is also just about being a man. When you understand and you see every scenario that you get into, and look internally first and foremost, you can see then that you have the power to be able to make any changes. This might be an experience of yourself when you've gotten into previous relationships. She was crazy, that was it. You've also allowed yourself to get into this position. This is myself included. Every scenario that I've gotten into in my life has been down to the decisions that I've made to get there. But it's also given me the power and the boundaries to be able to not get into them positions as well. I've done some therapy, and in my early 20s, that was the biggest learning lesson that I got from it as well. Always look at yourself first and foremost. That's where you can gain the power from it. No matter what scenario you've gotten yourself into, look internally first and foremost. How have I gotten into this position? What have I done to allow this? Everything that's happened to us, we've only allowed happen also. Whether that's also career-wise, working with a certain business partner, a certain colleague, whatever it is. We've also got to the better places within our life because that's your fault also. It's a funny one that I've had with my friend before where things were going fantastically well for him and he was saying like, oh, just very lucky right now. It's like, no, there's no luck within it. You've gotten to that position because of yourself. That's your fault that these amazing things have happened as well. And that can be the same for you also. You can significantly get to a better place with your health and fitness still and be an accelerator for your career as well. If you're taking care of your health, your mentality, your mindset, if you're looking after all them areas, they can be accelerators for your career as well. And that can also be your fault. In the best possible way, it can be your fault. So it's looking at taking extreme ownership in every single scenario, whether that's our fitness, whether that's relationships, whether that's family dynamics, whether that's our career, it always will come back to you. And when that comes to your health and fitness as well, this is the exact scenario that we're dealing with also. You're in the position that you're in right now because of the choices that you have made. Maybe it was because you thought you couldn't put any focus on that to get your career to where you've gotten to currently. And that's okay, and that's totally fine. It doesn't mean that you need to diminish your career. It doesn't mean that you need to take away from it. But also know that that focus that you've put towards it and the minimal focus that you've put towards your health, fitness and physique as well, that you can change that. There can be a dynamic where you can still accelerate your career and you can still put focus on your health and fitness also. But know that is going to come down to yourself. Every single time, that is going to come back to you taking ownership of the position that you're in right now, understanding that you have the power to change. And that one decision can be the biggest decision you will ever make in your life, where you're adding years and years onto your life and enjoying the years to its absolute optimal right now. Right now. The habits that you're implementing are going to have you feeling, looking and operating at your absolute best. Okay, you've built your career up until this point. Imagine being in absolutely sick shape as well. And that can be down to you. And that's why anybody that's made big transformations within my program, I don't take a crazy amount of credit at all. Not at all. Because it came down to the individual saying to themselves, enough is enough. I really need to change here. I'm in the position that I'm in because of the choices that I've made, but I'm deciding now to change and everything will open up for you. You will have all the support that you need, but it comes down to that one decision, absolutely going for it. And then just being consistent on these habits for yourself to feel better day in and day out. And then you can look back in 3 months' time and 6 months' time and a year's time and go, well, shit, look what I achieved because I took ownership of the position that I was in when I started. Transformation pictures is more about the person that made that decision in that first before picture and then seeing what they've evolved to over that time. It's a beautiful thing. It's not about losing 20% of body fat. Yeah, that's amazing. But it's more so about the mindset and the mentality shift and saying to themselves, this is it. Fitness is forever. That's what's going to make it a lifestyle change. That's what's going to get them the results, but keep them results long term as well. And it all comes down to that one decision. Everything will open up for you. I can guarantee you, everything will open up for you. But only once you've made that decision, only once you take ownership of the position that you're in currently and say to yourself, okay, I got myself here for good or for bad reasons. Good reasons that I was trying to get my career to a certain point, that I can look after my family, that I can live a certain standard of living. Fantastic. Bad reasons are is just, I love getting fucked up. I love that. I love shaving years off my life, but enough is enough of that now. I want to make a change. I want to enjoy my later years. I want to be around for what I've accumulated within my life. But it's all going to come down to taking enough ownership of where you're at currently and knowing that where you want to get to is going to take ownership as well of making that decision for you. Support is always going to be there every single step of the way, but only once you decide, right, I'm making this decision for me. Not for anybody else. This is for me. So leading on to the point, if you do want to book a call, link is in the description. But look, the main thing is just I want you to get value out of this. Understand you're at where you're at because of the trade-offs you've made, because of the choices that you've made, for better or for worse. It's not about beating yourself up on this topic, not for 1 second. It's understanding the power that you have to change. If you're not happy with the position that you're in, you can take ownership of that. You can change. And it just comes with that one decision. Everything will open up from there. So hopefully you've gained some value from this topic, because we all know the X's and O's when it comes to our health and fitness, but it really is about the mentality and the mindset behind it to make sure that we truly implement it and we truly change. And that comes with a decision of, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get myself to a significantly better shape with my health, my fitness, my physique, because the X's and O's will happen then. Once we've decided it, once we've made that decision, everything follows from there. Support, habits, we just naturally will do them things. It all happens once we make that decision.